Hi guys, this is Fiona here, the bunny coach, and I just wanted to have a little chat with you guys about Christmas and some pointers for your bunny over the Christmas season. Okay, Christmas is a great time for us. We get very excited, lots of things are going on and it's really busy and we love it, but the bunnies don't understand what's going on, and any kind of stress or change in their routine can upset them and they're at risk then of things like gut stasis. So the best thing to try and do is try and keep things as normal as possible for your rabbit as far as you can. If at all possible, when you have visitors coming, it would be best if your bunnies were out of the way, because it might be overwhelming with people coming and going unless it's somebody that they're very familiar with. So perhaps have them in a different room when people are coming over if you can, and try and keep their routine as same as usual. So try and keep it the same as when you usually feed them and you usually let them out and all that kind of stuff. As far as possible, try and keep their routine as normal as possible, so that they get the same time feeding and the same time being let out, and all those kind of routines that they're very used to, because they really are creatures of habit. It's like they have a little clock in their tummies and they can tell when it's time to do things, especially feed time, as we know. So as far as possible, keep the routine as similar as possible to how it normally is, so that they don't become stressed, even if there's lots of other things going on in the background. At least if they have that kind of normalcy, it does make a difference to them. So another thing to talk to you about as well is their diet over Christmas season. So it's very tempting to buy your bunny lots of lovely treats over Christmas, and to feed them things that they don't normally get, because we're indulging ourselves, so we want our bunnies to indulge as well, and we want to spoil them, of course, as we always do. So it's nice to spoil them, absolutely, but try and be very mindful of the kind of thing that you give them. Try and keep their treats as natural as possible. So here is a treat fun thing that you can do for your rabbits as a Christmas present, which will make things interesting, exciting for them, stimulate them a little bit, but also is relatively healthy. So I have a box here and I've just made it into a forage box for my bunnies. So this is a white box, so I wouldn't recommend a white box, but it just shows up easier the different things that I have in the box. So I'm using a white one for the moment, but you can use any kind of a box. If you can get a plain paper box, one that's brand new, even better. But any of your Amazon boxes or your Christmas delivery boxes will be perfect. Just take off the tape and remove any pieces that have markings on them or labels or any kind of printing on them, because that won't be bunny safe, but the normal cardboard will be fine. So what I've done is I've just filled it with a couple of different kinds of hay. So I've got meadow hay in there and I've got some ready grass, and it's all mixed in. And then what I've done is I've just put some different treats in it. I have banana chips, I have some niblots, and there's a niblot, and got in there some barley rings. There's only a few treats in there, but you could put in even some shredded vegetables if your rabbit likes vegetables and is used to eating vegetables. Things like peeled carrots, you could just peel it and you can put it into the hay for them to forage with. So they can forage for all the things, and they can also chew the cardboard box, and it could be like hours of entertainment. And when you want to put it away, you can just close the box up and put it away for the next day. So I've also got some toys in there. So I'm big on giving them toys rather than treats as far as possible for presents, because the treats can upset their stomach if they're not used to it, and sometimes we don't quite know what's in something. It might not be that healthy for rabbits, or it might not be something that they're used to having, so it can upset their tummies. So I don't know if you know that baby toys are very good for rabbits. They really enjoy them. So I've got a couple of sets of key rings. So that's a plastic key ring, and then this one is a rattle. Keep an eye on that one though, because obviously if it's got a rattle inside it, you don't want them getting through to the rattle, but it's a really very solid one. I had trouble trying to get teething rings that don't have either the gel in them for the cooling gel for the babies for teething, because obviously that would be dangerous if a rabbit got into it, and also something that doesn't have electronics on it. Like a lot of them have the buttons that make the noises for the baby, so you want it to very basic from birth kind of baby teething ring. Our guys love these balls with a ring. Sometimes they're cat toys, so they like to throw that one around. There's a wooden bell for them to chew. Again, you got to be careful they don't chew all the way through there, so keep an eye on your bunny toys, supervise them, or keep an eye on them or check them over regularly, because they will eventually chew through that, and then the bell could be lost or in your rabbit's mouth. And then these are very popular as well at our house, the treat balls. So there's like a little hole in the side. There we go. And you can make the hole bigger, and you can put in there, you can put their normal pellets in there or any kind of treats that fit in there, and they'll chase the ball around and the treats will then fall out. So that's interesting for them. So those kind of things are good as well. You can also add some bits of forage. So I have chamomile, dried chamomile there, and this one is echinacea. So they're very good for your bunny. Chamomile is very calming, so nice for over the Christmas season. And echinacea is good for their immune system. So again, no harm over the Christmas season. And make sure when you get these forages that there's only the one ingredient in them, that it is literally just dried chamomile or echinacea or whatever. There's nothing else in them. Sometimes you see these things as teas, and sometimes that's all there is. It's just the leaves, and those are then fine to give them. But sometimes there's other things in the teas. So obviously it wouldn't be bunny safe. So then I have green loops as well. They love those. So any kind of treats, really, particularly if it's treats that your rabbit is used to. So I have your pellets in, you can scatter in, things like cookies. Again, make sure it's something that they're used to, or just give them a very small amount. These are the popular areas as well. They're willow sticks and apple sticks and hazel sticks. And then if you want to, you can obviously make your homemade toys. So I have another video on homemade toys made from toilet roll tubes. So you can also throw those in there, and then it's like double stimulation for them, because there's the box, and then there's all the things in the box, and then there's these things as well. This is another one that's quite healthy as well. So this is just a hay bale, and it's got dried flowers in it as well. So that's a nice healthy treat for them to have. It's not got a whole lot of sugar in. Some of the other treats that you buy for rabbits have sugar in, or they've got corn pieces, or they've got seeds, and they're just not that healthy for them. So try and go as natural as possible. This is another toy as well that they like in our house. It's just a grass house. So I suppose actually it's because it says small grass house, it's probably for hamsters, but it's just basically made with wicker. So you can just put your hay in there as well and make it more interesting to pull the hay out. And did you know that rabbits can chew and enjoy chewing on cat scratching boards? So I found these cute ones, gingerbread man and a sprout. Now these are made for small animals, so I'm assuming that the coloured part on the front of it is safe, but I'm going to remove it before I give it to them just in case. And then it's just corrugated cardboard. So you can buy those cat scratching boards cheaply from any of the pound shops or the dollar stores, and you can just chop them up and give them pieces just to play with. And you can also put their treats in the corrugated sections as well, so they can, especially pellets and that, so they'll tear that apart looking for their treat in there as well. So those are just my tips for over the Christmas season. I hope that you found them really helpful, and I hope that you have a really lovely Christmas with your bunny, and that you really have a lot of fun with them. Take care.